Hello everyone, I really hope everything is okay, and I do mean it. In this particular movement, I'm gonna be showing you guys progression of squat movement sequence. The first progression will be a squat with dowel rod in each hand, like sky poles for stability purpose, for stability assistance. I showed you the front view. Now I'm showing the side view, and posteriorly I will show the back view so you can see the technique of this movement throughout. You can be able to see the technique throughout the whole movement. So now I'm showing you guys a squat with one centralized dowel rod for stability assistance. Just the progression of the first exercise that I was using two dowel, one in each hand. See? Obviously, I will explain how you should perform this particular movement in a second. Just getting just a little rest, and I'm gonna keep progressing this squat movement sequence. Now I'm gonna be performing. As you can see, I'm showing the bench because I will performing body weight box squat. The bench will be as a box, because on my way down, I'm gonna get a rest, as you can see. See, just getting my muscle to be ready, especially my legs muscle to be ready for my next progression of this particular movement sequence. Okay, you can see now from the side the technique. Perfect. So my next progression will be just body weight squat. You will be able to see it in a second. That would be like the baseline for this squat. Body weight squat. Just using your own body weight. Okay, all you gotta do is to keep the technique, which I will explain. See, front view, now side view, and then I will show you guys the back one. Body weight squat. Very important exercise that you should implement. Very complex. You are working not only your lower aspect of your body as well as your upper aspect of your body. You are working the posterior lower back, the posterior lower aspect of your body, your gluteus, your hamstring, your calf, as well as your anterior aspect of your lower body. You are working your iliopsoas muscle, your quadriceps, everything. You are working. Now I'm performing barbell front squat. See, I'm putting the bar just above the superior aspect of my chest, just close to my clavicular, and keep doing the same thing. So have to explain how you should perform this particular exercise in order to avoid injuries down the road. So what you need to do, you want to place your feet shoulder width apart, and you want to bend slightly your knees. Once you are there in this particular position, as you will be able to see now, I'm gonna perform the barbell back squat, which I'm gonna place the bar just above my scapula. I'm going to push my hips back. I'm gonna allow my knees to bend naturally. My trunk is slightly will be leaning forward. As you can see, once in that position, I'm gonna lower my body until my upper legs, in other words, my thighs, will be parallel to the ground. Once there, I'm gonna push through my heels where my body weight should be, and then I'm gonna push explosively through my heels in order to push my body up. Once on the top, we're going to curl up our toes, and we're gonna keep pushing through my heels in order to get a proper stability. At all time, engage your gluteus and your abdominal area. And obviously, you should keep a neutral spinal position at all time throughout the movement. Just getting a little rest. I'm gonna keep progressing the exercise. Now I'm gonna be performing barbell front with overhead shoulder press. As you can see, I'm gonna be involving now more my shoulders, especially my anterior deltoid, my superior aspect of my pectoralis, and every time that you push, you're gonna be engaging your triceps as well. So very complex very complete exercise that you should do it. That's what you should do if you want to gain muscle and lose body fat, especially in the abdominal cavity. Those type of exercises are very beneficial. Squat, deadlift, and so on. But complex exercise where you engage different muscle groups at the same time. Just getting just a little rest, and I'm gonna keep progressing the exercise. Nothing complicated, everybody should do it. Now I'm gonna be performing 2 dumbbell squat. Just progressing the exercise with the barbell. Now I'm using dumbbell. Here you gotta engage more on your stability, especially on your dumbbells. See? Now the next sequence will be 2 dumbbell squat with overhead shoulder press. Okay, same thing. Just keeping the same technique. You should be looking forward at all time, especially on your way down. When you are down and you want to get up, your face should be looking forward, in order to that will help keep a natural neutral spinal position, which is very important in most of the exercise that we do. Remember, respect your biomechanic aspect of our body, and then based on that, we will improve our physiological aspect of our body. the other way around, that will link you to injuries down the road. So now I will be performing one dumbbell squat with overhead shoulder press, just to progress this particular squat movement sequence. See, one dumbbell squat with overhead shoulder press, as you can see. Just keep the technique at all times throughout the movement. And remember, when you go down, your body weight should be on your heels, and then you're gonna push through your heels to get yourself up. Okay? Like push through your heels. That's what you should do in order to do it in a proper manner. So I finished this sequence, these sequences were using weight. Obviously, you can add as much weight as you want. I just didn't want to emphasize today in this particular point of view. I just want to emphasize on the technique and on the sequence of these progressions. So now I will be performing body weight squat, but in this case I'm gonna be using the 3 plane of motions: sagittal plane of motion, frontal plane of motion, and transverse plane of motion. As you can see, back and forth, that's a sagittal plane of motion. Now I'm gonna be using the frontal plane of motion, side to side, and now I'm doing the transverse plane of motion. Every time you twist, you are doing the transverse. We gotta use the 3 plane of motion in most of our exercises, or our exercises, whatever the pronunciation you may say. Now I'm performing one leg squat. That's a progression of body weight squat. See, obviously you have to engage more your gluteus medius, in order to get the stability. You see, or your lateral aspect of your legs will be more engaged in order to allow this movement to be done in a proper manner. See, same thing, I keep doing the same thing, the same technique, just increasing the complexity, and like that I'm gonna be able not only to burn more calorie but also engage a different muscle groups at the same time, which is very beneficial. As I said before, if you want to increase muscle gain and lose body fat, that's what you should do. And now I'm doing jumping squat. It's a very explosive exercise. You're gonna be increasing your explosiveness, especially if you are practicing sport. Even if you are not practicing sport, just for your everyday life activity will be also beneficial. At some point, we need some degree of explosiveness in our movements in order to increase our quality of life. I hope you have liked it, and just do it, and just keep happy and keep exercising. I see you guys later. Bye bye.